You ever wonder if you're actually a good person, or just someone who wants to be? Not in some big, dramatic way, but in the little moments. The ones no one sees. The ones that reveal who you really are. These 7 signs might surprise you, so stick around, because if you recognize them, you're probably a much better person than you give yourself credit for. Most of us like to think we're good people. We try to be kind, we avoid hurting others, and we make an effort to do the right thing. But being a truly good person isn't always about the big moments or grand gestures. Often, it's the everyday behavior and how we treat people when no one's watching that speaks the loudest. Here are 7 signs that you're genuinely a good person in your relationships and interactions with others. 1. You listen more than you speak. In a world where everyone seems to be waiting for their turn to talk, being a good listener is a rare and valuable quality. Good people listen, not just politely, but actively. They pay attention, ask thoughtful questions, and make others feel heard. If you've ever had someone thank you for simply listening, you know how much of an impact it can have. People often aren't looking for advice or solutions, they just want to be understood. Listening shows respect, empathy, and patience, and it builds trust. When you listen well, you send a clear message: your feelings matter. Your words have value. If you frequently find yourself focusing on what the other person is saying, without interrupting or redirecting the conversation to yourself, that's a strong indicator you're a genuinely good person to others. 2. You own your mistakes without excuses. Nobody's perfect. We all mess up, lose our temper, or say the wrong thing sometimes. What separates good people from the rest is how they handle these moments. A good person acknowledges when they've done wrong. They apologize sincerely without making excuses or shifting the blame. It's not easy to admit fault, it requires humility and honesty. If you find yourself willing to say, "I was wrong, and I'm sorry," and genuinely work to make things right, you're showing real character. People notice when someone can admit mistakes without trying to defend their ego. In the long run, people respect honesty over perfection. Your willingness to be accountable shows others that you're trustworthy and that your integrity isn't conditional. 3. You help without expecting anything in return. There's a big difference between helping others because it feels good and helping because you want something in return. Good people don't keep score. They offer help when they can because they genuinely care, not because they're waiting for a favor back. This doesn't mean you have to be a pushover or say yes to everything. It means when you do offer your time, effort, or support, it comes from a genuine place. Whether it's holding the door for a stranger, checking in on a friend having a tough time, or going out of your way to assist a coworker, good people do these things because it's simply the right thing to do. If you've found yourself helping others and not caring if anyone ever notices or reciprocates, that's a quiet but clear sign of goodness. 4. You treat people with kindness, even when there's no benefit to you. One of the truest tests of character is how you treat people who can do nothing for you. It's easy to be nice to your boss, your friends, or people you admire. But how do you treat the waiter at the restaurant? The janitor at work? A stranger asking for directions? Good people show kindness to everyone, not just to those they want something from. This kindness isn't performative, it's consistent. It comes from recognizing the basic dignity of every person, regardless of status, appearance, or circumstance. If you make a habit of treating everyone with respect and courtesy, even when it goes unnoticed, it speaks volumes about who you are as a person. 5. You stand up for others, even when it's uncomfortable. Being a good person isn't just about being nice, it's also about doing the right thing, especially when it's inconvenient or risky. If you've ever spoken up when you witnessed someone being treated unfairly, or defended someone when it would have been easier to stay silent, you're demonstrating real moral courage. Good people don't stand by when they see injustice. They don't allow bullying, discrimination, or cruelty to go unchallenged, even if it means making things awkward or putting themselves on the line. They believe that everyone deserves fairness and respect, and they're willing to take action to protect those values. Standing up for others requires bravery, and it's a clear mark of integrity. If you find yourself compelled to speak up for what's right, even when it's hard, that's a sure sign you're a good person to others. 6. You're honest, but never cruel. Honesty is important, but being brutally honest can sometimes cross the line into unnecessary hurtfulness. Good people understand the balance between telling the truth and being kind. They don't lie to avoid conflict, but they also don't use the truth as a weapon. If you've learned to give constructive feedback rather than cutting criticism, or to deliver honesty with empathy and tact, you're likely someone who's earned the trust of those around you. People feel safe confiding in you because they know you'll tell them the truth, but you'll do it in a way that respects their feelings. Being honest without being cruel shows emotional intelligence and respect for others, a hallmark of a genuinely good person. 7. You make people feel valued and accepted. At the end of the day, people remember how you made them feel. Good people have a way of making others feel valued, accepted, and comfortable being themselves. They don't judge harshly, they don't gossip maliciously, and they don't make people feel small. Instead, they lift others up. They celebrate wins, encourage during hard times, and create spaces where others feel included. If you've had people tell you that you make them feel better about themselves, or that they enjoy being around you because of your positivity and support, you're making a meaningful impact on their lives. Good people help others feel seen and appreciated without expecting anything in return. They don't need the spotlight, they're happy knowing they made someone's day just a little bit better. Being a good person isn't about being perfect. It's not about getting everything right or never making mistakes. It's about your everyday actions, your small choices, and how you treat people in the quiet moments when no one else is paying attention. People remember kindness. They remember respect. They remember those who made them feel like they mattered. Being a good person to others creates a ripple effect. When you're kind, it often inspires others to be kinder too. And the best part? Being good to others benefits you, too. Studies have shown that kindness increases happiness, improves relationships, and reduces stress. Being good to others is one of the simplest ways to lead a more meaningful and fulfilling life. If you recognize these signs in yourself, if you listen well, admit your mistakes, help without expecting rewards, treat everyone kindly, stand up for others, balance honesty with kindness, and make people feel valued, then you're doing better than you might think. In a world where it's easy to become jaded or self-focused, staying a good person is an act of quiet strength. You don't have to be a saint or a hero, you just have to show up every day with integrity, empathy, and respect for others. And if you read this list and realize there are areas where you could improve, that's a good thing too. The ability to self-reflect and grow is itself a mark of a good person. Goodness isn't a fixed trait, it's a series of choices. The good news? You get to make those choices every single day. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.